Welcome to Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station, presented by Seven Summit Snacks. I'm Jason Bahamundi, and I'm being joined by my co-host and founder of Community Trail Running, Adam Lee. Today, we're going to make you laugh while making hard decisions on which food to eat, which to toss, and which to carry. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great, Jason. Happy Friday. How are you?
I am fantastic. We made it, as most people will say. We made it to Friday, so I'm excited to be here. I'm thrilled. Today we have another guest for our show, Val Porter, who will be joining us. She's in the Pittsburgh area, so as you can imagine, I've been spending the last 2 weeks researching Pittsburgh foods to come up with some ideas on what to present to her.
Deep in the library archives.
Yeah, moving things around. I spelled Pittsburgh wrong the first time, so it took me to a whole different area before I knew it.
It's over 6 letters. Like on this show, that's getting up there. So
we're in big trouble. By the way, so I live in Thousand Oaks, and one of the funniest things is when you have the map directions on and it reads to you, and the road that we live on is Thousand Oaks Boulevard. So Siri reads it to you. She goes, "Make a left turn on 1000 Oaks Boulevard." Every time she says it, I don't know why, but I end up in tears practically from laughing. It's so stupid.
It's right up your alley, I guess.
Of course. So let's bring Val on. Let's see what she decides to do. I'm going to give her the scenario in which the aid station is happening. And oh, by the way, she's going to be crewing at a 100-miler tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe this is some good training practice for her decision-making tomorrow.
Right. Her mind is going to be right in the game. This is perfect.
It's perfect. Hey, Val, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Yes, so thanks for coming on, Val.
Thanks for joining the absurdity. Adam normally has a funny hat on. Today, you're joining us with some funny headwear.
It's almost St. Patty's. We're just trying to be festive.
Are you going to keep that on for the next 3 days?
I think so, yeah. If you're not crewing and pacing and looking like a goofball at a 100-miler, what are you doing?
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I know, Adam, it wasn't 100 miles, but you just got back from Moab Run the Rocks. Congratulations on that feat, that accomplishment.
Thank you. It was super fun to run in the desert and get out of the snow for a little bit.
Any chance any of the foods we have discussed on any of our previous Food Fight Fridays an option at any of the aid stations?
I don't think there's a very good chance. We've talked about so much, though, that maybe there was something because they had a lot.
No bowls of sauerkraut and baked beans laying around?
Just dill pickle juice is about the closest. That's right. That's right. What are you guys bringing tomorrow, Val? What's your runner's food of choice?
We're really big on Rice Krispie treats. That's kind of like it's become the home style. The home style has the extra marshmallows. You can't beat it. It's really good, especially now that it's getting warmer. We're in the Pittsburgh area, so it can be pretty chilly in the winter. And a hard Rice Krispie treat, when you bite into that, like if it's frozen out, not so good. So they should be nice and mushy tomorrow. I think we're in like the mid 60s, lower 60s for the day. For race day, it's been pretty dry. We might get a little rain. It's going to be perfect. So yeah, some Rice Krispie treats, some ramen noodles, some cereal in plastic baggies, and lots of candy.
Sounds like your runner is in good hands. I don't know if I can say the same about you, but Jason's got some choices for you.
Yeah, some choices.
Oh boy.
So the scenario we're going to set up is just going to 60-degree weather in the, a Pittsburgh wooded area. You're at mile 80 of this 100-mile race, and you pull up to the aid station, and your choices of which food to eat, which to toss, and which to carry are a Primanti sandwich, Primanti Brothers sandwich, meats, cheese, coleslaw, and fries. Pierogies, these are filled with potato and cheese, or gobs. And from my research, it seems that they are 2 chocolate cakes with icing in between them, and they seem to be like the size of a cookie. So you could just pop them in like aspirin from what I'm gathering.
Yes.
So out of those 3 choices, which are you eating, which are you tossing, and which are you carrying?
You got spoiled, Val. Wow.
And what's really funny, like I am the pickiest eater. If you ask anybody, I live in Pittsburgh, but I wasn't born here and I wasn't raised here. So what's really funny is all this Pittsburghese stuff, and I don't like 90% of it, but this stuff I do. However, I will say this, I'm going to toss the Primanti sandwich because I don't like coleslaw. if I can hold the coleslaw, I'm gonna smash the permane sandwich all day long because
Adam will not allow you to
Nope.
remove the
oh,
coleslaw.
okay, then yeah, it's got to go because the coleslaw is a no go. That creamy, lettucey, no. It's gross. I'm sorry. I would rather like go pull all of my teeth than have to eat coleslaw. So I'm gonna keep my teeth and I'm gonna toss the permane sandwich. Most people would probably be upset with me, but also like, who wants creamy coleslaw at mile 80? Like I don't think that's gonna sit real well either way, especially if it's 60. Like that could be gurgling. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna smash the pierogies, which there will be pierogies at this race tomorrow. There are pierogies at all of our races, and it's a staple. Like you can't do any better than that because they can even sit there for a while and get cold, and they're still good cold. But
Yep.
if they're sitting there in the pan, give them to me. That's when I did my 50K in October. We smashed some pierogies at every aid station we could. And I'm going to take the gob with me. I'm going to hope that it doesn't squeeze out because those can get kind of messy. But the gob's going to come with me and we're going to nibble on that as we pitter patter around.
Fantastic.
Right? Kind of nailed it, I think.
I gotta say this though. Like you said, you're a picky eater, but if I recall correctly, during the Easter show, you said you would eat the Cadbury cream egg. I'd be like, come on.
I love Cadbury cream. I mean, it's 99% sugar. Maybe
Sugar.
that's why. You know, it's just the sugar. Yeah. I actually ate one after my long run the other day. I was like, ooh, I could really, I need some sugar to like pep me back up. And I had a Cadbury cream egg.
The whole vision of that thing just skeeves me out, man. I can't get past the idea of that thing looking like an egg. I'm sorry.
Okay, now I know if Jason and I are running one-on-one, what I'm going to be showing off to him.
With the eggs at it. Well, you gotta
Yeah.
kind of like put it in your hand and make it warm first, because then it gets mushy and melty.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll splatter a little bit.
Terrible.
I feel like those eggs, I can feel the sugar in my eyes when I eat them. It's like my eyes get itchy. Like, oh my God. It's so good, but it's so sugary.
It's diabetes in a little aluminum wrapper.
They're coming out. They'll be out here in the grocery stores real soon if they're not out there already, I'm guessing.
We've had them for like 2 months. So my husband, every time he comes home from the store, brings me a 5-pack.
All right,
It's
Staples.
Adam.
dessert night. You know,
House.
we're both endurance athletes. We need to make sure we're getting enough carbs in. So we try to eat something desserty, before bed. And I have a Cadbury cream egg before bed too.
Why not just get Fun Dip? That's also 90% sugar, and it's a lot nicer looking.
Yeah, but a Cadbury cream egg is like 2 bites and you're done. I don't need any silverware. I don't need any utensils. I don't need any dippers. I can just plop it in my mouth. That's what she said.
Val's efficient.
Plop it on in my mouth.
Yeah, the idea, like when we were kids, they sold Fun Dip, which is just pure sugar, right? And they're like, here, go ahead, kid. And then the parents would be like, why are you running around like a crazed animal? I don't know, Mom. You just gave me, 7 pounds of sugar.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I also sometimes you could technically like get rid of the utensil and just dump it in your mouth. We used to do that when we were younger too. Or we would
100%.
snort lines of it. We would pretend. Why? Who does that? Like I'm a drug addict, when I'm 10 years old, snorting lines of Fun Dip. Sure.
You and Al Pacino and Scarface, you got it all over
Yeah.
your face.
Have you ever done Fun Dip if you haven't taken it in your eye? Like...
Is it really fun if it's not fun?
All right, Adam, you got to make choices. Primanti Brothers sandwich, pierogies, and gobs.
So, provided that I'm in good enough shape there, I love coleslaw and I love rolling the dice, Val. So I'm slamming that sandwich right away. I'm taking the pierogies with me because if I can keep eating and it's 80 miles in, then the better off I am. And I'll pitch the sweets just because usually by that point I'm kind of done with sugar. But that would be how I would line it up. And you, Jay?
You were so close to getting it right. I am
No. I always get it right, but go ahead.
I am absolutely housing that sandwich. I love coleslaw, and it has French fries to it. Come on now. That's like calories are just going to get me the next 20 miles. I am getting rid of the pierogies because there's cheese in them, and that could be a real big problem in those last 20 miles. And then I am taking the gobs with me because when I looked at them, they reminded me of Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie sandwiches. And we just bought a box last night. And so maybe it's recency bias, but you know what? I'm taking the gobs with me, and I'm just going to snack on them for the next 20 miles. And that's the right answer, folks.
No, your
I will
choices
tell
were so
you-
poor that you knocked Val's lights out. Sorry, Val.
No, I will tell you too, a lot of the pierogies just come with potatoes in them. Like a lot of them don't really have cheese. It's just potato filling.
Yeah, but you didn't
And
listen to the
that's-
rules.
I know, I'm just
The
saying.
announcement was potatoes and
in
cheese.
real Pittsburgh area, and I'm at work right now, and it's a fish fry, so we have pierogies, and they just have potatoes in them. I'm just saying. But what makes your permane sandwich better is it's always on like a really good fresh Italian bread, so it's just soft. It like melts in your mouth, and it's fresh cut fries, and
Oh, I'm drooling over here. Literally
it's worth
drooling.
it's worth a trip. Pittsburgh's not a bad place to visit. We've
We'll
got
make-
some fun races.
We'll put it on the Run, Try, Bike itinerary of places to visit here real soon. We're going to be traveling the globe anyway. All this sponsorship money that's coming raining down from the heavens.
Right? Could rename the ballpark Run, Try, Bike Ballpark. It'd be great.
Why not? Why not? I feel like I know a guy who knows a guy. We'll figure it out.
Yes. And if you're snorting Fun Dip, then you definitely know a guy that knows a guy.
Yes. Got it.
Val, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Good luck to you and your athlete racing 100 miles tomorrow.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks, Val.
Bye-bye.
All right, dude. So I want to make sure we leave the audience with what you are up to with the Trail Running Film Fest, because it is an amazing thing. Documentaries, series of runners doing all kinds of stuff. And you've been posting on the community trail running pages and your Substack, but let the people know where they can come see it, where you'll be hosting, where you'll be greeting them at the front door.
Yeah, they can check out communitytrailrunning.com. We have everything on there under the Trail Running Film Festival tab. Of course, you can go to trailfilmfest.com as well. If you aren't in Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Crow's Nest Pass, Jasper, Canmore, then yeah, check out that website and you can find out if it's in your town. And if it's not, then host the damn thing because it's a lot of fun. But if you're in one of those 6 cities, we're going to hang out. We're starting in a month in Vancouver, Thursday, April 3rd. And then from there, we take about a month off and we'll start lighting up Alberta. So it's getting exciting.
And one last shout out to Janine, your partner, who helps you through all of this stuff. I know she's been a big part of getting your shows ready and everything else. So big shout out to Janine, who's up there. And is she in Vancouver?
She is in Vancouver. And yeah, she keeps the ship on the water upright.
Because if anybody's watched this show, they know it's rocking here. And lastly, for Run, Try, Bike, we have recently announced that rtbawards.com is now live. So if you are a race director or an event organizer and you're looking for wooden awards and podium awards and medals, let us know. rtbawards.com. Adam, thank you so much for joining me again, man. Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station presented by Seven Summit Snacks does not happen without your contribution.
And it doesn't happen without Seven Summit Snacks. So thank them big time too. And Jason, as always, it's such a pleasure to see you and hang out. And thank you for including me.
You got it. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for joining us.